happy to participate in this contest of lockdown recipes organized by Orissa Bites and Samvad. I think it's a great way to unite people during this lockdown, give them a positive energy and give them a sense of motivation and an upliftment to pull through this period of lockdown and quarantine. So I am personally not an expert cook per se, but I have a keen interest in cooking and I like to try out new dishes sometimes. And this lockdown has given me an opportunity to try out and experiment new dishes. Personally, I am very fond of baking, so I like baking a lot of cakes especially. So what I am making today is an orange velvet cake. Now, as you would know, traditionally it's always a red velvet cake, but the lockdown has posed certain challenges in terms of availability of resources and ingredients. So, to be specific, there are three main challenges that I'm facing in preparing this recipe. First is that I do not have edible red color, so I have to use orange instead. I could not find red color obviously amidst this lockdown. Second is every velvet cake has cocoa powder as an ingredient. I was unable to find cocoa powder as well, so I have to do away with that in my recipe. I'm not using any cocoa powder. And third, a cream cheese frosting for the velvet cake. Now again, I can't find ready-made cream cheese, so I have to make my own cream cheese from scratch, the recipe for which I will also share. So the ratio and proportion will be there in the recipe, but I'll first go through the ingredients that I'm using. First, we are using maida, that is a key ingredient for any cake that we make. Then we have baking powder. I'm using baking soda as well in the cake, so I'm using both baking powder as well as baking soda. This is edible color, edible orange color that I'm using. This is your regular color that we use for either biryani, tandoori, chicken tandoori paneer or jalebis. I'm using sugar. These are the dry ingredients. Then we have refined oil, butter. Since it's a velvet cake and I want it to be very soft in texture, I'm using both butter as well as refined oil. Then I'm using dahi for extra softness and velvetyness, if you can say. I'll be using vinegar. This is regular non-fruit vinegar that we use for Chinese recipes. Then this is vanilla essence, and I am using 2 eggs. And for measurements, I'm using one standard size cup, a regular tea cup, and I will use 1 cup of maida, 1 cup of refined oil, 1 cup of sugar, half a cup of butter and 1 cup of dahi in this recipe. And for cream cheese, to make my cream cheese from scratch, I am using milk and lime. So I will boil the milk, put in some lime, get it to curdle, and then I am going to strain it in a muslin cloth. So because the cream cheese needs to be, the water needs to be squeezed out from the cream cheese, and it needs to be hung for at least half an hour, 1 hour before I use it for the frosting. I have already done it. So this is my before the cream cheese. So this is the chena or paneer that I've made from the milk and lime, which I'm going to process into a cream cheese and then use it for the frosting. For purposes of baking, There are people who like to do a cake in a microwave or use a regular oven for that. I have also heard people doing it in pressure cookers and kadhais, but I personally like to bake my cakes in this old, rusty, very traditional baking oven, round baking oven, and I find that the best cakes are made in this oven. Homemade cakes are made in this oven, so I use this for baking all my cakes. And that's about it about the ingredients. I'm going to get started with the process of making it, and I hope that the cake turns out well. So once the cake is done, we have to assemble the cake and the frosting to make the orange velvet cake. So there are two ways of doing this. One, the entire batter can be put into one baking tin and you can make a full cake, then split it into half and then apply the frosting. Or you can divide the batter into two and then apply the frosting on one layer, place the other layer of cake on top of it. I'm going to do the second way because it is easier to do. There are less chances of the cake getting spoiled or breaking. In the first one, you run the risk of breaking your cake when you're splitting it into two. It may not be symmetrical in shape. So I'm going to divide my batter into two portions and then bake them into two equal halves of cake. Then I'm going to take the first layer of cake, apply the frosting, then place the second layer on top of it in a symmetrical position so that they do not move. And the amount of frosting is completely your choice. If you want it creamier, you can apply more frosting. If you want it less creamy, you can apply less frosting. But the frosting has to go between the two layers of cake as well as on top of it and on all sides of it. That is the main essence of a velvet cake, I guess, and it also would taste better.